All right, 8th grade scholars, hope everyone's having a good day today. So today we are continuing our practice with multi-step inequalities. And I'll be doing a couple of these for us just to model them out, and we'll have time for some partner work, so don't worry. All right, we're going to try number 1 together. All right, so we see here we have two variables, and they're each on each side of each other. So we need to get both these onto one side. So since one is already over here, let's just move this one on that side of the inequality. And that'll be easy. So first step, if we have a positive 4x, we do the inverse operation of that and subtract 4x. So we're subtracting 4x from here. And again, we don't need to divide this out because we can keep the 4 and the x together. We're not solving for x in this case. We're just trying to move this entire thing over there. So we can just subtract it out. And what we do to one side, the equal sign, we do to the other. So now we have 2x minus 4x, and that gives us a negative 2x is greater than negative 6. So now will be our time to divide. So you see we have a negative 2x right here. So that operation is multiplication. So the opposite of that is division. Dividing out negative 2. And we do it to this side, divide out negative 2. And so one important lesson for us, whenever we have to divide with a negative over the inequality sign, we have to switch signs. That's very important you remember that. So now is x, remember we're switching the sign, so x is less than, so be a positive 3. And that will be your answer for that inequality. All right, I'm trying number 2 right now, number 2. At this point, I just got to give a shout out to Isaac G, Anthony, and Ebony. Hope you guys are working hard. You better be. All right, we'll get back to number 2. All right, so on this one, same thing. We have variables on each side, so we need to get them to one side. So in this, we'll try it the other way. We'll try getting a positive variable. So we have a invisible little 1 there next to the y. So the first thing we can do is subtract this 1y from this side. That gives us 0. We can subtract 1y, and that gives us a positive 6y. So let's bring everything down just for organization. So 6y plus 1 is less than or equal to negative 5. So we see we already have the y over here, so we just need to get it all by itself though. So we do the inverse operation of adding 1, which is subtracting 1. Do it to the other side, and we get negative 5 minus 1 is a negative 6. So we got 6y is less than or equal to negative 6. Last step, this is a multiplication operation. Do the opposite is division. I'll cross that out a little better. And we gotta do it to the other side. So y, remember we're dividing by a positive this time, so we don't need to switch the sign. So y is less than or equal to a negative 1. And boom, that is our answer for number 2. So at this point, you're going to move on with a partner to complete 3 through 7. Let's take 4 minutes to complete this, and if you finish early, you can start moving on to the rest of the problems. But at this point, teachers, if you could pause the video for 4 minutes, set your timers, and we will regroup at number 8. All right. So at this point, you all should have completed numbers 3 through 7. All right, and I'm going to help you out with number 8 and 9, and then the rest will be up to you. All right, so this one's a little bit different than the one we just did. So on this one, we have our distributive property. So what that means is we have to distribute this 5 to the 4, this 5 to the x. Remember, you distribute everything on the outside, or this number on the outside by everything on the inside. Now 3 times 2 and 3 times x. So if we rewrite this, we have 20 plus 5x is less than or equal to 6 plus 3x. So at this point, we still need to get all the variables on one side. And I think it's easier if you end up with a positive variable. Positive variable. So you want to subtract the smaller variable so that your 5x, so that your x's will still be positive. So we'll subtract 3x, get 0, subtract 3x, and we have a positive 2x. So now we're at 20 plus 2x is less than or equal to 6. All right, just a couple more steps. So if we have a positive 20 here, the inverse operation of that is subtracting it, so a negative 20, which looks like a negative 20. 0, what we do to one side, we do to the other. Subtract 20, 6 minus 20 gives us a negative 14. So if we drop everything down, now we're at 2x is less than or equal to negative 14. And one more easy step. Whenever we see a coefficient next to a variable, we have to divide, because remember this is multiplication. So we divide out the 2 because we want the x to stay. Gotta do it to the other side. So now our final answer, x is less than or equal to negative 7. And there we have it. So at this point, we're going to try completing numbers 9 through 25, either independently or with a partner. It will be up to your teacher at this point. And remember, if you see parentheses right here, as in this problem, 9, 11, and 10, and in this set, it is distributive property, so try distributing. All right, good luck everyone, and have a great rest of your day.